The AIBC pitch is back, and so are the stellar cast of judges that will choose this year's winner. Linda Montgomery, CMO of Applicature. Linda is a marketing leader, investor relations specialist, board member, writer, and thought leader. Mr. Kenneth Brinkat, CEO of MDIA. Previously, he held the role of Chief Operations Officer within the Malta Business Registry. Kishore Mansigani started his career with an OTC broker and thereafter worked in the USA, Silicon Valley with Asia Tech, a B2B marketplace. So, the judges are set, and let the pitches begin.
All right, judges, are we excited to do this? Let's bring up our first Plato Crypto. Come on up. All right, so you have 3 minutes, again, the rules, to tell us your story. And then our judges will have 3 minutes to also come back and ask you a series of questions. Okay. Fair enough? Perfect. All right, let's begin.
Hello, everybody. As some of you may know, some casinos offers invest in the house option when you earn profit based on the casino's profits. The issue is that the casino owner can always trick investors by creating fake accounts, for example, and playing. You need trust to invest in them. The thing is, we want to change the way investing into a casino works with a new and democratic investment project. What if I tell you that you don't need to trust us, or you don't even need to monitor the casino profit to earn? It's really simple. We propose NFTs as casino share. As soon as you become an owner of one of our NFTs, you start earning a passive and live income based on the total volume, not on profit anymore. That means 1% of every single bet which is made on our platform goes into the Corners pool. Corners pool is hard capped as 10,000 NFTs. The more share you own, the more commission you earn. Commissions are live and instantly credited in your account balance. You can try to play with them if you want, or withdraw them directly. We use Bitcoin as main currency. Also, you can resell a percentage or all your shares in NFT trading platforms like OpenSea, for example. But with us, the volume becomes the profit. You don't have to trust the house to invest. That's our main difference. Also, we are not only, our goal is not to be another casino. We have original games based on a special and unique source code that we design. And we also have branded games, well-known ones from game providers that maybe you know. If I say Play and Go, Pragmatic Play, Devolution. Our goal is to have a complete casino solution offer to satisfy all the players in the industry. Also, and to finish on that, we have a 2 years roadmap starting from now. All our product is live. We are going next month, hopefully, to launch our token on the mainnet. And we really want to make gambling different that is today by joining the gamify and metaverse revolution that all of you may know around. The goal is to satisfy the youngs and the new generation, bring more immersion into our games, and satisfy the new generation. Thanks, everyone, for your attention.
All right, so judges, you're going to have a total of 3 minutes to ask a series of questions. Well, my scores don't count. I'll probably ask a question or two as well. We'll start here in the middle.
Okay, thanks. Thank you for that presentation. Can you talk a little bit about your go-to-market plan? I know you've just launched. Can you talk about your go-to-market plan and also more specifically the target customer, I guess, specifically?
So our system is really simple. We are already in talk with some investors. We are in pre-seed, seed stage, so it's very early. But in the meantime, we are trying to sell to every customers or NFTs that we already started, by the way. We don't have a special zone. It's a worldwide project. We have customers from all around the world. Can be in the US, can be in Europe. Most of them are coming from Europe at the moment. Also Asia. The thing is, we will need to adapt ourselves and add some special license depending on the country we are aiming for.
I still don't understand. I mean, where are you going to get the most traction? Like, which persona do you think is going to be most interested?
Yeah, narrow the focus in a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically we are aiming for gambling customers, usual gambling customers, people that love to gamble, because we are still a casino. But we are also diversifying because with our NFTs parts, we can think about making collectibles, for example. So we are not designed to aim for a specific niche. We can go, our main customers are the gamblers, obviously, investors, but can also be collectioner, NFT enthusiasts, gaming enthusiasts. So we are specializing to the gambling, but not only.
Thank you.
Some questions about the roadmap you presented. So we were saying that by first quarter 2023, it would be ready. If an investor had to invest in your company, I think that is quite a long way. Which milestone would you shorten, if you would shorten?
To be honest, the presentation is not the last version, so our roadmap has quite changed. It is live on our website. We already advanced on our roadmap. Our roadmap is designed only not with investments. It's designed with our NFT share sale only. So if we had some early stage investments, we could easily shorten our delay about our roadmap. And if we want to choose our next step, it will be adding new games on the platform, bringing a solid marketing plan that we already are working on since 2 months, and also tokenize our platform, which with our own token. That will be the next future steps in our project.
So I have a question here at the end, and I'm going to take a question that Iman asked somebody earlier today. Now, Iman is the founder of AIBC Sigma, and he asked somebody, is this a hobby, or are you doing this full time?
We are doing this full time since more than 8 months now. I'm in the probably fair systems since a long time for players, and it's more than a year goal to finally be able to bring probably fair solution for investors. And our goal also is to renew a bit this scene, which is quite common today. We really think that having multiple corners aboard will help us on the marketing side, for example, because everyone needs to spread the word about our project to bring more volume.
Thank you very much for your time. Thanks again. All right, so we're now going to have our next company come on up, Day Hotels.
Hello everybody, so today we would like to introduce you to the very first hotel on the blockchain. So we want people to allow them to own and manage their hotels all around the world. So what we already understood that the management of the hotels is quite inefficient, a centralized one. That's why we want everyone to own their hotels and manage them via the tokens. So it's not so to say it's not our business, it's all the people's business. So everyone is part of this business.
And essentially, you want to give the opportunity to everybody. You know, it was actually my dream when I was a small kid to own a small portion of a hotel or to own a hotel. It's impossible, right? It's a thing of a big people, right? But now everybody has this opportunity, and for this reason, we decided to create a hotel DAO. Everybody can have a portion of a hotel. Can we switch the slides, please? Fantastic. So what do we have here? We actually are built on 2 different pillars. So we are built on for DeFi investors and for the DAO members. Both of them, they're going to profit from this business model. So let's start with the DeFi investors. They're able to fund up to 70% of the hotel, meaning that an investor can come to the platform, invest in a hotel up to 70%, and he is getting paid from the profit of the hotel. Additionally, he can earn hotels token as rewards if he participates in the decision-making process, right? Now, we're also going to mint an NFTs with every investment of at least $5,000. The second pillar is actually the DAO members, the hotels token owners. They can essentially make the decisions in the platform. So who are the DAO members? They are people who hold hotels token and the experts of the field. At this very moment, we have the general manager of a Marriott hotel who joined us and is a DAO member right now. We also have a general manager of Kempinski Hotel and the general manager of a Turk estate company. They all are DAO members and they help us to choose where to place the hotel and how to essentially manage it, because not everybody can actually do it, right? Now, the business model is fairly simple. So the hotel is going to generate revenue in 3 different sources. It's DeFi vault fee, third-party real estate sale fee. So for example, if other real estate properties want to sell their hospitality real estate, they can come to the platform and can do it for the 10% fee. We have a huge roadmap actually and a lot of planned. So we're going to launch the hotel token in September already. Currently we're running our seed, pre-sale and private rounds. We have over 10,000 people who registered for our private and public round. We still didn't open them because we want to get first really the experts, somebody who would really add a lot of value into this whole DAO. The token going to have a bunch of utilities since day one. So for instance, if you want to have a higher yield, if you want to have access to better properties, you have to hold it hotels token, right? We also have NFTs and other hotels perks. For example, free stay in the hotel. We have a few competitors, but none of them are at the same level. So there's nobody who essentially decentralized a hotel. We have partners who decentralized fast food company in the US, but we have nobody who decentralized a hotel. And here we are, the wonderful team who make all of this happen. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. So now we're going to have 3 minutes of question time. I know I got a few questions here. Kenneth, are you ready? You want to do it? Start us up.
So, Aspen Hotel.
Excuse me?
Aspen, Colorado. One of the very first tokenized hotels. Was there anything to learn from that, or?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Definitely. But this doesn't mean that they are completely DAO, right? Now we allow people, the DAO members, to actually take control of the hotel and to take the decision-making process, which is, again, a little bit different. But our goal is actually to partner with everybody who is in the process. So, for example, this hotel in Colorado that you mentioned, we will be in touch with them and definitely want to learn what they did well, what they did wrong. Yes. So
right.
it's
but completely different.
We see them as a partners. You know, we don't see this as competition. You know, we are a DAO.
That's a great question.
So you will be use technologies emerging from Web3 and Metaverse. What challenges do you think that you are going to face
Excuse me, I didn't understand the question because of acoustic, I think.
Okay.
Sorry.
So we'll be using technologies emerging from Web3
Yeah.
and Metaverse. What technological challenges you think that you are going to face?
Yeah, sure. So we already did pretty good analysis on what we're actually building. Okay, so there are some, let's say, legal challenges, right, that we're gonna face in this issue. But that's why we have lawyers working on it, right? So, for instance, we are able now to open a legal entity, give tokens to everybody, right? And they are able, and this DAO entity can already buy a hotel, right? But that's about the legal issue. And you asked about the technological issues, right?
Which country are you going to register that legal?
It's in US. At this moment, the
And I'm going to
best.
throw in there, what countries can't you do business in?
Excuse me?
I'm going to ask also, what countries can't you do business in?
We cannot do, you mean, right?
Correct.
So at this very moment, we are able to open a DAO entity in the US, distribute tokens to every single holder, and our lawyers will have to tell us in which countries we are not able to operate. And that's why I'm not a lawyer, I'm a business geek in it. So not able to answer the question fully, but I think you understand what we mean.
So I got to follow up. I'm big on compliance. You know, we come from the Americas.
Yeah.
What's your compliance process looking like when you're onboarding seed investors? Because smart money like Ikigai and MDIA, they want to know who they're going to be doing business with.
Sure. So we talk with that.
Directed to you too, and I'm like,
sure,
looking
Gabriela.
to my right, but-
I mean, we talk with
Yeah,
them.
so the process is very simple. We are signing soft agreements with all the seed investors. At the moment, we have over 10K of pre-registered users who would like to invest in our public sale, but we are not doing this. We want first seed investors to come on board, and we are signing with everyone SAFT agreements, and we have a lawyers for doing all
But
that.
but there is a compliance, like full-on checklist for each of these seeds.
For sure there is, but again, I'm not the right.
Following all the
No.
procedure that is needed.
Perfect.
For sure there is, but that's why we have our lawyer actually that's dealing with the matters that you just mentioned. Again, just to mention one more thing. So we partner with Fries now. That they're doing exactly the same, but with the fast food restaurants, right? And they're our partners, and they really will be there to help us on all the legal matters that they have. And by the way, they already have a restaurant actually, and have people from more than 50 countries that already hold their tokens. So it's feasible, and we're going to definitely do it because that's the future actually.
I wanted to know a little bit about your team and maybe what your unfair advantage is.
Sure. So at the moment we are 8 people as we speak, right? We have great people from Switzerland that are actually doing our tech, right? That are responsible for all the investment scheme and all the technological things. We have lawyers. We have our CEO sitting in Dubai. We have a pretty international team that has business, marketing, and technological and legal experience to make this happen. And we already created a DeFi platform last year, so we have this Web3 experience already. It's not our first company that we're actually launching, and we decided actually to go the DAO way, not profiting us because this money doesn't go to us. This money goes to the treasury that is controlled by the DAO members, so not by us, right?
So I've got one final question,
Sure.
and this is where I learned from smart people like Iman. What's your current burn rate?
It's our current burn rate. I mean, we're not paying any salaries to ourselves. We have the devs in-house, we have the CTO in-house, and we have everybody in-house. So at the moment, we're not paying salaries to anybody. We have people from Marriott, Kempinski, and Turkcell, and they will be paid in tokens and not in any kind of salary. So I could say that our burn rate is 0, but we have a bunch of people who are helping because of the idea, because they like what we are actually creating.
Got it. Thanks again for your time. All right, everyone, let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. All right, so Lazarus, you're going to have 3 minutes. And then 3 minutes of some questions.
Thank you. It's Helen from Toronto. Our company based on American. Right now, I will represent our whole team. Give everybody introduction. Mirrorflow. And Mirrorflow is an innovation platform. We help. Okay. We help customers launch their own utility NFT tokens, and also their marketplace, their order experience. So this next generation utility NFT. Okay, that's me. I'm a speaker and a teacher. Also, I'm very passionate about high tech. If you go to Clubhouse, I'm a speaker over there. I have a lot of followers. Okay, launching your own NFT experience, we can help customers to have their store, collection, and game utilities, and also marketplace. They can use that. We can rebrand or also white label for their own store and the marketplace for that one. Okay, you launch that one, you need all these kind of things. But if you use our platform, just click, 3 weeks we delivery, hold a solution for you. We have experience, we have this authentication and the payment, all the things here. And I want to give you an example, actually, how the tech things. For example, I have a lot of followers in Clubhouse. If I want to, right now I also have a live stream in WeChat live stream. But how can I transfer my followers from one platform to another platform? Because a creator, content creator, if I have this platform, so I can create our own token that give them the multiple gateway, so I can transfer from one to another. Also, we already have customers. That's a good thing. We have one of the public company, they use our solution. Another 3 company, one from US, Australia, India, and Toronto. That's our, right now, so far we have revenue from last year already. Every month we have revenue. So far we run very well. The whole tech team, our CEO also in India. Okay, we UVP, so open to open source, 100% open source, end to end. Okay, this is our customer logo. That's our we give them the solution, the holder solution for that. And also later on we have some. This is our roadmap. We have a game fine and also give people more experience on that interaction. Okay, thank you.
All right, well, thank you so much for sharing. I apologize, we had in the beginning Lazarus. So let's start with our judges. Some questions, and I know I have quite a few myself. Oh, you want me to go first? So I look at communities. You know, it's building that prototype. You know, how big is the community that you have right now, and how active are they?
Oh yeah, we have a couple of communities. One with a Plate-on community is 40,000 followers. It's based on China, but also some many global things. It's English one. Also another one is a Chinese one. We have almost 140,000 people there, but they're all based on Chinese, Shanghai. Yeah, so we have the market there, so that's a good thing for us. Yeah, but right now we are focused on the business. Right now, all the four customer is business customer. We give them solution because the business customer, the good thing is that they can support us for the revenues. You know, yeah, payment is very good.
Okay, the old team question. Can you tell us about your team?
Oh yeah, I want to talk about the team.
Yeah.
I'm here to actually should our CEO and CTO come to here, but it's because COVID, they cannot get a visa to come to here. All the team are based on India, Bangalore. Yeah, we already cooperate from 2017. This is our third project. Yes, yeah, yeah. They are, especially our CEO Sachin. All that form he filled, and he is one of the best speaker in the high-tech, Dubai, you know, India, everywhere. Thank you.
A business model question. So your revenue model is based on software licenses, and you're going to transition to SaaS
Yes, SaaS
model.
platform. Yes.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
The reason is, it's a very good question. Actually, I want to hide that one because one of our main member who is working for this company. So that's why we can get this order and we can give them support this, provide the solution for this public company. Actually, this is a public company. Yeah. So then we copy this solution. Then we developed it to a business model. So we found, oh yeah, so many customers actually they needed this solution for that, especially for traditional industry. They are eager to jump from Web 2 to Web 3. They are looking for that. So that kind of refund us a small way, you know. We are still on this way. So that's why today I'm going to refund 2.5 million and run another 15 months. If you are interested in our project, please contact with me. Thank you.
Right, I got one more question for you. So I'm going to use the spend Iman's money. I guess we're out of time. I talk too much. Let's bring up the next one. Longen Vision Corp. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I think we are one of the weird boy here. So we are working on first responder technologies. So imagine this is what you'll see inside of burning building. You couldn't see anything because all that smoke. And so about that, so with this information, the firefighter could see what's behind the smoke, their teammate information, location, how much left in their air tank. Hello everyone, my name is Enzo, the CEO and co-founder of Longen Vision. Longen Vision was founded in 2018 from McMaster University Startup Program first. The goal for our team is to actually try to combine AR technologies with intelligent system to create an AR device for a dangerous environment. And we start the needs of firefighter first. So through discussions with all different fire departments across Japan, Canada, US, Korea, we figured out there's 4 major challenges. Due to smoke, there's the poor visibilities, location disorientations, hidden danger, you couldn't see. Like, for example, there's a fire on the 2nd floor, you couldn't see it, and limited communications. So how to solve that? I'm introducing our solutions, the Fusion Vision System, which is a hand-up, hand-free AR headset that's special designed for first responders. And in order to solve this problem, we came out 4 major features. The first thing was we have a built-in infrared thermal imaging cameras. All we could do is call something edge detections. We also could do the hotspot detections, which is can spot high temperature area even behind the obstacles. We also can do video recording, basically like GoPro camera, we can record event, what's going on, and you be using that as evidence or future training. So lastly, we also working with our partner in the US, try to utilize 5G technology to actually enable the live streaming functions. So the fire chief basically can monitoring what is inside through our devices. So from use case perspective, basically we have 4 use cases: post-earthquake, post-typhoon, finding missing persons, and building disasters. With the help of drone, we could also find the missing persons on the ground levels. So just want to mention about market size, because again, it's a firefighter market, it's a very unique market. So from Mars, basically the global incident response and emergency management market will reach to 2025 by $38.9 billion. So for ourselves, a goal for ourselves is try to make our equipment become a standard equipment, such as their helmet, their boots, their jacket. So our goal is actually try to equip each firefighters of one of our devices. So based on that, we are totally looking at $16 billion US. So with our ruggedized design, we could also enter different sectors, such as oil field, mining equipment, and finally the defense sectors. Thank you everyone for listening.
All right, so judges, nicely done.
So can you tell us the stage of, like the company stage of growth you're at right now? And also there's 2 components I believe you're talking about here. One is the hardware and the other is the software. Can you tell us a bit about where you are, like those inputs, I guess, like where you are in your development timeline and where you're going to source from?
Actually, we have a 2 Department of Defense contract from Canada. Actually, we have to deliver 25 units by end of this year to Department of Defense of Canada. We also have a multiple distributor in Korea, Japan, Canada, US that actually distribute our products. So we're supposed to be launching our product by Q1 2023. So currently we are actually doing multiple testing across in the North Americans and Asia area and even Europe. We just have another client call us from Switzerland try to test our device in Europe in the summer, which is July. So, and regarding the second questions, and currently there's actually 2 components. You are right. There's a software side and hardware side. Hardware basically our headset. We build our own headset because there's no like AR headset can survive in a high temperature environment. So for software side, we have basically our onboard software, which can do all the features I talk about. We also have a live streaming software, which is command terminal software. Basically like it's basically a web portal. The firefighter or fire chief log in that web portal to monitor what is going on of individual firefighters. That portal, we also work with another actually defense companies together on that because again, firefighters somehow involve a lot of Department of Defense. Yeah, hopefully that answers your questions.
About the hardware part, can you tell us something about the chain supply strategy that you have? How it's going to?
You mean the chain supply?
The chain supply.
So, I mean the supply chain, right? You mean?
Yeah.
So again, it's a hardware. As we know, we have semiconductor issues. So as we know, basically all our hardware are actually the major PCB are from Israel. So the cameras from US. So we already have bought kind of a lot of hardware already to install them. So based on current inventory, we can make a bunch of them, at least fill currently our order right now. But currently, as we know, the leading time of semiconductor was longer. So that, I would say, will be an issue after we finish this bunch of productions.
The other question is, firefighters, authorities, agencies might have limited budget.
Yes. So basically, that's actually turned to our revenue model. We have a 2 revenue model. One was just you purchase hardware, and second one was hardware as a service we call implementation project. So it depends on government budget, capital budget or operation budget. We can work around with you and basically have an implementation plan with the fire department and municipal to landing the project with them together.
All right, next up we have Encircled.
Hello guys, my name is Vadas. I'm the CMO of Encircle.io, and we are trying to solve the biggest problem in the crypto space, and you are all aware of that. And so I want to ask you, who out of you has lost money in the crypto space? Please raise your hands. Come on, raise your hands. I don't believe you. Have you lost ever money in the crypto space? Actually, a lot of people do. A lot of people say that it's estimated that it's around 70% of people who have lost money in the crypto space. And there's the reason behind it. It's because of the longevity of projects. They are not made long term. They're made for 1 or 2 years. Everybody's selling out. Everybody's moving out. Everybody's cashing out. Nobody's interested in long-term projects. And we have a solution for that. So we want to make a connecting platform between investors and founders in order to create better projects together. So basically founders, they can have their profile there, and you can see on which projects they have worked. You can see the wallets, and you can track that. The same investors on the other side and advisors. And whenever you go to a restaurant, what do you check first? You check reviews, right? You want to know what kind of product you are getting. You want to see the comments. Where is that in the crypto space? You have no credibility. There are so many people hiding their identity, and we think this is the biggest problem in the crypto space, and we can solve that. Another part of our platform is the launch. So we think that raising funds is extremely complicated. As a founders, we've been in the crypto space for 3 years, and we have done this process, and we think that you can do the seed round, the public round, and the private round all in one space. And we see a lack of entry point for new projects. So there are a lot of people interested in the crypto space, but they don't know where to get the reliable information, right? There are a lot of KOLs that you know, but they get paid for marketing. They don't say the truth, right? And this is an issue, and we want to provide a reliable platform where you can get the real information that you need in order to do a successful startup in the crypto space. Our business model is plain and simple. We have a subscription model, either where you can pay in fiat, or it's going to be a tier structure. So you have to buy our token, and the more things you do, the more things are unlocked, the more tokens you hold, the more things you can do on our platform. We welcome everybody. We want to be the best community in the crypto space. We really think that community is faked in the crypto space. And our roadmap is plain and simple. In August, we want to launch the token. In November and December, we want to do the launchpad and our connecting platform. And next year, we will do the Encircled Learn. Here's our tokenomics on the overview. We're already in contact with Finance Labs and...
All right, judges, let's ask some questions.
Can you hear me?
Yes. I'd like to ask you a question about your token.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit more about the utility of that token, the services and whatnot?
Sure, of course. Let's say you want to invest in the seed round, the private round, or the public round, right? You have the token, it's unlocked, you can use it. Let's say also about visibility. If there is a new project, 24 hours on, the people that hold a certain tier, they can access that. So there's a tier structure. So let's say it's a fish, shark, whale, and so on. So the more things will be unlocked, the more things you can do on the platform. Also, let's say you want to be an advisor, right? We know it in the crypto space. You have advisors, they sign the contract, you never see them again. It's continuously happening. It happened to me various times. And here it would be that you can only be a pro advisor if you hold a certain amount and if you have enough of reviews. You can imagine it like a structure, I don't know, Tinder, whatever, where the more you hold, the more you buy there, the more you subscribe, the more things are unlocked that you can do on the platform. That's the basic principle.
Thank you.
So trust is the key word.
Yes, that's trust.
Yeah.
The problem is trust.
You have 1 minute and a half to try to convince me. and maybe my colleagues as well, how your platform could give more trust in the education part.
In the education?
Yeah, because you're saying that you'll be offering education.
Absolutely right. So you will have their KOLs, you know, that are well known, but they have to be on the platform. They have to show who they are. The KYC is missing. You have so many people who have an NFT on their Twitter profile, and they think they are on top of the world, you know, but they don't show their real face. So you have to have a real full KYC in order to be on the platform. And the venture capital firms that are working there that will be on the platform, they will have to verify the KOLs. They will have to say, okay, these people are really working in the crypto space, and they will have to do a kind of a matching. So saying, okay, we give them star reviews, 3 times 5 stars, okay, so he's reliable. He has 3 reviews of real venture capital firms that are in the crypto space.
Last question, because we have 26 seconds. How many companies do you currently advise or mentor, and how many alliance partners?
Actually, 3 companies. We are advising 3 companies, and we are in the crypto space since around 4 years.
Thank you. No more questions.
Thank you.
All right, next up, my laminate.
Good afternoon. My name is Ash. I'm the founder of MyLaminate. We want to enable individuals, organizations, and governments to share important documents and credentials with security, convenience, and control. Document sharing is an important part of almost every service delivery organization, and yet it's pretty challenging for all actors, issuers and holders, as well as third-party requesters. They all share the insecurity, the operational inefficiencies, as well as the costs and the administrative burden of lost, stolen, replaced credentials, and the associated fraud costs. And third-party requesters that request these documents of us, they also have to spend some effort, time, money to authenticate the documents we share with them. 9 times out of 10, when we do have to do this, we use email and document storage services, both of which are inconvenient and insecure. We use blockchain, the same technology that secures cryptocurrency transactions, to deliver a more secure sharing paradigm and deliver a greater utility with new features that are enabled because of smart contracts. This delivers value proposition for all participants. Issuers have complete control over the issuance, maintenance, and so on of the credentials they're sharing. The document owner has complete control over the sharing with new capabilities that only blockchain solutions can deliver. And third-party requesters have 100% assurance of document authenticity. Our competition is really of 2 flavors: single use case applications and document storage services. Unlike single use case applications, as I've mentioned, issuers have complete control to define as many documents as they choose, a future-proof, open, and contestable solution. And because of blockchain enablement, we deliver a lot more utility. It's a huge market, growing at 27% compound annual growth rate, and we're well positioned not just to participate, but to enable that. We've assembled a global team of experienced management consultants in technology, operations, marketing, and enterprise blockchain design and delivery. And we've met every aggressive milestone we've set for ourselves since incorporating in 21. We're going to market using a tiered value-based SaaS pricing model that's with usage and transaction fees. And we're going to derive revenue from all participants. Our forecast is for margins approaching 70%, and we believe we've got a better.
All right, nicely done. Judges, some questions?
At what stage is the project?
We've completed delivery. We're now transitioning to go-to-market efforts.
And how many clients do you have?
How many clients? Our first is Deloitte. You may have seen it on one of the slides. We're in the process of putting a teaming agreement. We won the Deloitte Challenge at Cooperathon in Montreal in December, and we're putting together a joint go-to-market approach. and IP ownership strategy.
And are you going to go international?
We absolutely would. Our focus originally is on North American market. The founders have multiple citizenships, US, Canadian, and Australian, so we're very motivated to take it overseas. It's a global challenge, as you know, in multiple industries.
So that was a great presentation.
Thank you.
I'm need to find some questions here. Like, this is good that I don't have any questions after that.
Ask me
but
to
so leads me to something to ask you. Your overriding mission, like, why did you come up with this idea? Why this company?
I'm a former partner with PwC. On retirement, I had to find something else to do with my life. This comes out of our professional and business experience and personal experience. Having, traveled the world and worked in different countries, the reliance on physical document and the sharing of them and the insecurity of it is just, it's global. It's in every industry, and so I felt that blockchain could have greater utility beyond DeFi and gambling, and I'd like to apply it to something far more utilitarian, and quite frankly, it could have immediate impact.
Thank you.
So question, for PwC to make this alliance, this relationship with you. Deloitte, apologies. Deloitte, is that they did their homework. So valuation, what's your current valuation?
We haven't had a formal valuation. If you ask me what I think it is, I've used Gus.com, and I believe where we are, and given what we've produced and the fact that our MVP is up and running, I think we're in the neighborhood of 3.5 to 4 million at present.
Any more questions, judges?
Thank you
so much for your time. All right, next up, Paid.
All right. How you guys doing today? My name is Jonathan Hillis, and I'm the founder and CEO of Paid. We are looking to raise $4 million over the next 8 to 12 months to help with client integration, to help with continued development, employee growth, and market expansion outside of Canada. The college and university system is seeing cuts from government funding. They're also seeing costs in education increasing, retention rates reducing, and obviously the global student debt crisis is exceeding over $3 trillion globally. Now this is where Paid comes in. We take a physical student card and we digitize that through our mobile application and integrate in fintech capabilities along with AI capabilities as well. So what we do is we help institutions with onboarding from international standpoint. We help them with identity verification. We help them with access to transit and buildings. We also look at payments and communication within the campus. And then what we do is we actually help students save while they're spending. So that's through our card linking technology. So we actually help students round purchases, earn cash back where they spend, be able to invest that with our partners, and even crowdsource it with their family members. So it's very simple. So all they do is they take a picture of their payment card, and it uploads to our platform, and we can see all those transactions immediately in real time on the rails. So once we have all of those transactional data and get to see the full picture, we can start to provide AI budgeting tools and financial literacy to help them get ahead. Now, by linking to student debt, what we're able to do is actually keep students on the platform even when they graduate to keep them connected to the institution. So what this does is actually reduces our churn rate and actually increases our compounding user growth, because what happens is that every year we're getting a new crop of first-year students, compounding our user growth, which is amazing. So the benefits are simple. We actually can help schools generate revenue that they never had before. We can help them reduce administrative costs. We help them increase that student retention, because the number one reason why they drop out of school is because of finances. We help with stronger communication, and while doing that, we actually are able to enhance the student experience while crushing student debt. That's our big thing. So the numbers speak for themselves. With one school at a 35,000 user base, we're able to actually generate over $4 million of revenue, while also helping generate revenue for the institution to $2 million, and projected savings of $27 million over the time of the program. The market is huge, over $91 billion and 760 million users.
Thank you. Nicely done. All right, judges.
How long is the process to onboard a student?
Sorry, say that again?
How long is the process to onboard a student on
So when we partner with an institution, they get onboarded directly once they get accepted into the institution. So they download the application, and it takes about 5 minutes. 5 minutes to onboard the student.
And do you have in place systems to offboard when they finish and they don't want to use it anymore?
No, so the idea is once we get them onto the platform, it's to offer the features and functions that are relative to their spending patterns. So over time, we are able to help them in their next journey of life. And it's all linked to the institution.
Thank you.
Can you talk a little bit about your current customers?
Yes, so we made this pivot about 6 months ago, and we're in active negotiations with over 5 different schools in Canada. And so with our raise, we're looking to expand that beyond Canada.
And can you talk also what you've experienced with the sales cycle? I mean, universities, they're not known for being, early adopters or fast movers. Yeah. What are you finding?
So what we're finding is that because of the pandemic, they've identified that the administrative costs to facilitate a physical card is a lot. So they understand that they need to make that transition into a digital product. So we're coming in at the right time. And so with that, along with the experience that I have within the industry, we're able to shorten that sales cycle with a top-down approach.
When were you founded?
We were founded back in 2020. And so we started off as a B2C product. And in the last 6 months, we pivoted to the B2B product around institutions and student cards.
And current revenue?
We don't have any current revenue at this point in time.
So the 500,000 or up to, how would you spend it?
We would spend that on basically with client integrations. So we have to integrate with the institution from a student information system. We'd also integrate from a meal plan perspective. So that's what we would use that on, as well as expansion into different markets like the US and Europe.
Any other questions, coaches? All right, thank you again for your time.
Thank you.
Next up, Street Runner.
Hi, I'm Julian. At Street Runner, we're building a play-to-earn metaverse in which players can win money by owning and racing extremely cool cars. We sit between 2 multi-billion-dollar industries, the crypto games industry and the AAA gaming industry. Now, when you play a game like Grand Theft Auto or Need for Speed, you're playing a very awesome game. The problem is you don't have the opportunity to monetize that game experience. Crypto games do give you that opportunity, but then the quality of your gaming is generally drops in comparison to AAA games. So we bridge the gap between these two industries. We use the best graphics engine in the market to provide a heightened gaming experience, a game that's worthy of PlayStation, and lets players monetize their experience. We're building a metaverse, a virtual replica of the city of Miami, complete with housing, shopping malls, business centers, in which players can race cars, buy properties, provide services, and in which brands can also engage and create immersive experiences. At the core of the metaverse are races. To race, you have to own a car NFT. Every car NFT has every utility has a NFT has a utility inside the metaverse. We're positioned to provide utility to global car brands' NFT collections inside the metaverse. We have a dual token economy. SRG is our governance token, SRP, our in-game currency. Players can win SRP by competing in multiplayer races. They can, with the earnings, they can then reinvest that to buy another car NFT. They can lease out the NFT, the car, to a new player, sponsor races, et cetera, et cetera. 2/3 of our revenue will come from the sale of NFTs, the rest from brand partnerships and fees associated with the sale of products and services in-game and in our marketplace. To date, we've raised $2 million through 2 public launchpads and 20 private investors. We've also generated $300,000 in revenue through NFT pre-sales. We've amassed a community of 60,000 gamers through all our social media. And this is all without having launched the game. We're listing the token next week on Wednesday. We're launching the prologue of our game at the end of this month. We expect to reach 10,000 NFT holders by the end of next year and $8 million in revenue, 50,000 NFT holders by the end of 2024, and $40 million of revenue. We'll do this by leveraging our community, 60,000 community, with partnerships with car brands, consumer brands, and crypto projects. We're building the city of Miami today, but in 3 years' time, we might be building Malta or the city of Dubai or Tokyo. Got 28 people part of our team. 75% of them are developers. We only had 5 people 6 months ago. And our experienced leaders, Javier and Luis Gonzalez, have had successes in retail and tech. Thank you.
Nicely done. All right, judges, let's ask some questions.
Hi. Nice presentation. Can I ask you about partnerships? Do you have a partnership with the City of Miami? And can you talk a little bit more about the future partnerships you envision?
Sure. That's great. I wish we had a partnership with the City of Miami. You can put me in touch. We'll be there for the meeting. No, we don't actually with the City of Miami. We have been approached by several brands, 2 of which are global car brands, to actually provide what I was talking about, utility for some of their cars inside the metaverse. We've also been approached by a major food consumption brand, which unfortunately we're signing off. I can't actually, it's still early days to be able to finish off on this. But yeah, there's immediate value to provide to all of these brands, whether it's car brands who want utility for their NFTs, consumer brands who want space in our shopping mall and you can provide immersive experiences to the fans, or crypto projects as well, who might want to join our crypto hall, which we're going to develop in the city.
Which milestone of your business plan do you think will pose you the biggest challenge?
I'm sorry, I didn't...
Which milestone of your business plan you think will pose the biggest challenge?
Well, we've got a few coming up. I'll be honest with you, every milestone is a challenge. And we're not afraid to take over them. I mean, the listing itself next week was a major challenge in such uncertain times, but we pulled through this. The prologue should be open. I think when Q4 turns up, this is when we're launching the full multiplayer race part of our game. That's going to be the bigger one, because everyone's going to be putting us to test on the quality of the gameplay, and of the interactability, in the metaverse.
Now, because I know you, I can't go easy on you. Now, while it said Miami up there, you can also create this in Toronto and Malta and all around the world.
Sure. I mean, the idea is we can. We don't want to stop at the city of Miami. The only thing is to create cities. AAA games, they have teams of 100, 200 developers working on it for 10 years. We're trying our best to try and reduce that time, to release. But yeah, absolutely. Where you can create metaverses with kind of empty shell buildings, but populate the most important parts. Yes, there's a way to be able to launch it in any part of the world. In fact, that's our plan. We're building a studio that is going to launch multiple games in the future. This is not just a crypto game that's going to come and disappear within a couple of years.
Can you talk about your community right now?
Sure. 60,000 community members spread out across, Discord, Twitter, Telegram. We've got multiple communities, targeted at different locations and languages. So far, we've been moderating them all in-house, which, with the resources we have to do this, phenomenal. We're actually striking agreements now. We've signed a deal with an agency to grow our community in Russia, in the Russian-speaking market, and we're looking to do the same thing for Pan-Asia, possibly more partnerships in the US.
Thank you again for sharing your story. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Hello? Okay. So we're from Active Finance. I'm Christoph Watton. I'm the founder CEO. The background comes from 3.5 years Chief Business Development Officer at a centralized liquidity framework, together with my CTO, who's now my CTO as well. I took part of the team with me, so that's why we're pretty good in what we're building. So what we see in the industry right now, there's a few problems. So there are multiple networks already out there, so the liquidity is pretty much spread out. On top of that, there's so many upcoming networks out there who are amazing, who are better than the ones that are out there right now, but they need to scale with their liquidity. So liquidity is very low. There's no incentives to bring in, you as a trader, to bring in your friends, your family, or to spread the word. And the utility of the token and DeFi ecosystems these days, let's be honest about it, they're pretty short, pretty few. So the solution is Active Finance. what we do, so we have a multi-chain integration. On top of that, we do a cross-chain liquidity aggregator. That means that we tap into the deep liquidity of an asset. We just integrate the networks, and we use the token bridges, which is an amazing technology. We use that on the back end because it's a step too far for the people. A second thing, all these upcoming networks, like let me call them New Protocol, Everscale, and so on, like they need to invest a lot in the DeFi infrastructure, where we are a one-stop shop solution. So it's a cross-chain liquidity aggregator. We are the first ones that adopt the centralized exchanges strategy back in 2018 for user adoption. We do that through a referral program and a address milestones. We do that on-chain, and our token has 5 utilities. So what we are building is a full DeFi ecosystem. So people can come to stake, and with the stake, the amount of tokens, they will end up into the DAO program. People on our swap, cross-chain liquidity aggregator, with active liquidity pools, people can trade. We're going to have lending, which is peer-to-peer lending, that feeds those margin requests. So it's not a traditional lending, it's only purely for the margin trading. When we look at like the swaps itself, like active liquidity pools is required for all these institutional money to come in, hedge funds, family offices. They are already in Uniswap v3, but that's only on Ethereum. So that's why having it on cross-chain liquidity aggregator, they will get a lot more out of it. So our launchpad itself, it's an incubator. We do the KYC check on it. Since we do KYC with the launchpad, which is required because it's investment, there's a fee and on-ramp, and we wrap those vesting contracts in NFTs. With our DAO program, it's just a matter about redistribution of the passive earning fees. So we have the token utilities. We got 5 of them, which is a referral program. The lending interest can be paid.
Thank you so much. All right, judges, let's go.
Can I understand who you consider competitors today?
Who we what?
Who do you consider competitors today?
I would look at Uniswap v3 for the active liquidity pools. I would look at 1inch for the liquidity aggregation, but that's just on the same network, so not cross-chain yet. I know that Symbiosis has built it, and I know that Change Finance, because I'm consulting Change Finance, because we have the same mindset, we're going to use those token bridges on the back end for the benefits of the people, because like it's a step too much to make for the people to migrate from one network to another network, their assets, in order just to swap. So
yeah,
those will be the competitors, basically.
And who you would think will be your clients, the age group, status?
Clients, one of the clients look at B2B side. So we are in the Ava Labs grant program. We are in New Protocol grant program. We're with Everscale grant program. So we bring this whole DeFi ecosystem, basically. We integrate their network, and that's why we can export to them as well. Because we're cross-chain liquidity aggregation. As a new network, it's a cross-chain liquidity aggregator that we have to offer. So it's like a new networks are low on liquidity. So with the cross-chain liquidity aggregator, we provide the liquidity for them already. So that's one side. A second side is family offices, because like liquidity providing, it's there. And family offices and institutional investors, institutional liquidity providers are already in the industry. It's just that they're not on the forefront, and they're right now stuck with Uniswap v3. And to the trader side as well, it's normally when you go to DeFi, it's like you get a swap, or you get a launchpad, or you have. No, with us it's and. This is not a one simple product, one simple feature. This is a 2.5 years development roadmap. We're here for the long run.
So you have all of these functions, I guess they're not all available today, but in your roadmap?
What we have right now live is the staking, the swap with active liquidity pools. It's not cross-chain liquidity aggregation yet. We got the technical documentation for that. We have wrapped NFTs. So we have a locked staking that we wrap into an NFT. That means that you make a liquid product illiquid and make that liquid again, because people can sell the NFT, people can trade the NFT, which holds a locked staking. So we use the technology. We've done an airdrop with it. Very, very good results with that. And we're going to use that technology for vesting contracts through our launchpad, because in the bear market, you're going to have vesting schedules. It's that simple. So we're going to wrap those vesting contracts in an NFT, so people are still, like, it's time locked. So those tokens don't hit the market earlier. So,
Thanks.
Any other questions? Thank you so much.
Cheers.
All right. our next and last one, Oz.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about Oz. Oz is really a vision in open zone living, where we want to give our community tax-free living, privacy protection, and regulatory cover. We do this by working directly with governments to recognize digital assets. And by recognizing digital assets, we're able to tokenize residency. That's right. Living and working in any of our partner countries is as simple as buying our token and staking it in your wallet. The first partner country that we have is the Philippines. It's the 32nd largest economy in the world, a stable democracy, and has over 120 million people. It's not a small country. Basically, by partnering with the Philippines, we are bringing 5 unique benefits to our community through our unique token utility. And that is 1, the ability to legally reduce your tax bills. 2, the ability to grow your wealth internationally. 3, the right to live and work anywhere in the Philippines with no minimum stay requirements. 3, the ability to protect your privacy with bank secrecy laws. And lastly, regulatory cover for your digital asset and crypto business. Our process is exceedingly simple. You just go onto our platform, transfer your USDT, swap it for our token, stake it, and within 30 to 60 days, you get a stamp on your passport after due diligence and KYC to enjoy Oz living. And we have no fees, no lawyer fees, no hidden fees whatsoever. The assets are liquid. Anytime you want to lose your tax residency status, all you need to do is unstake and lock your tokens, and you can sell all your tokens on the exchange. And when we partner with more countries, we bring about the idea of residency portability. All you need to do is to stake in the country you want to live in and unstake in the country you don't want to live in. On top of all this, our token is a fixed supply token, which means that with the execution of the utility of tax-free living, privacy protection, and regulatory cover, which we think everybody would want, it reduces circulating supply. And by reducing circulating supply, it makes every other token more valuable and more scarce. At this point, you wonder if we are legit. We are actually powered by Republic Act 11453, which we passed through the Congress. And I believe that we are the only project in the world that if you go to the government website, afab.gov.ph, you'll find our logo right there. In the big picture, Oz is really about working in special economic zones to help them grow the economy. And for that, we gain access to economic rights from the real estate and infrastructure services, the smart city services, and we give any transaction fees that can happen on top of it. We give our community tax-free living, privacy protection, and the right to live and work there. With this, I want to end with introducing my team. Thank you.
Judges?
What plans do you have? How are you going to convince countries to join your platform?
Very good question. So one of the things that we worked out is that from our partnership with the Philippine government, we are then able to extend these rights and benefits through G2G arrangements, something like free trade agreements that we can make with other special economic zones in order to extend the rights and benefits of our free trade zone into this zone. So we don't have to go about the process of changing laws in every single country, but work through special economic zones, free trade style agreements, G2G arrangements, in order to make what we want to do in the other country a reality.
Do you have a target continent or?
We are talking to about 10 other countries right now. I can't say on public stage, but you can go to our booth. I'm happy to share with you all the countries that we have talked to and signed MOUs with.
Thank you.
So, if you are successful in receiving $500,000, what do you plan to do with that investment?
It's really about building out the technology roadmap that we have. We want to enable digital infrastructure that any special economic zone that partners with us can immediately put into their zone and then become a smart city. Really, it's about connecting all these eco zones, trade enablement, business enablement immediately with the benefits of connecting to a digital economy. Right now, many special economic, many developing countries are still thinking about low-cost manufacturing jobs for their people. That is not the future. The future is in the digital economy. Look at what we're doing, what we're achieving here right now. the future is in the digital, but most, especially most developing countries, have no idea how to connect to the digital, and we want to provide the framework and the template for them to immediately connect and immediately be able to join the digital economy.
So I'm going to ask a question about on the legal side of it, because I was told years ago, always hire an attorney you can't afford. And I believe in that. So talk about the legal team that helped you create this. What part of the world are they in?
Right, so we started in the Philippines because it's a stable democracy. So we wanted a democratic nation to back what we're doing right here. So one of the things that we did is that we enacted a constitutional amendment, Republic Act 11453. We got that passed through the Congress of the Philippines and signed off by the Office of the President. So that then enables the recognition of digital assets in the free trade zone. Then we spent the next couple of years writing the implementing rules and regulations in order to get this together. Now we work with a team of lawyers. Our compliance, our head of compliance and legal is actually the lady who wrote the rules for Crypto Valley in Switzerland. So we're very familiar with how it is happening, but it's evolving. The regulatory landscape is evolving. What we need is a regulatory-light environment where we can experiment. And this is what free trade zones are supposed to do.
Story. All right, everybody. So let's give all of our pitches a round of applause. It is harder than you think, by the way. All right, everybody. So this is the time that we're going to announce who wins. But first, we're going to bring up the third place winner. So in third place, the judges have decided that Street Runner will be the third place in the competition. Let's give Street Runner a round of applause. In second place, we have Paid. Let's give Paid also a round of applause. All right, judges, and this was a hard one. I mean, I went with them and we went through lots and lots of scores. In first place, we have My Laminin. Come on up and get your trophy. Get your picture. Congratulations again. Let's give them another round of applause. All right, man, you got to say a few words now.
Few words. I'd like to thank my co-founder who has been with me on this journey from day one, and of course all our developers in Kingston. This is a really pleasant surprise, and I thank the judges.
Thank you again, and thank all of you for being patient with us. Thanks again, everybody, and this is the end of the pitch.